Hello, everybody, and welcome to the OCNJ Local, your podcast for everything happening here in America's greatest family resort. We're your hosts, Dominic Dougherty and Drew Fasy.
And we are your local guys.
How about that intro video, Drew? It worked, Drew. I'm so excited.
Look good, Dom. Look good.
Anyway, the real reason we're here, we are sitting down with one of the mayoral candidates for this year, City Councilman and former City Council President, Mr. Pete Madden.
What's up, guys? How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Pete.
Very good.
Thanks for taking the fun time to join us, or the time to join us. It should be a fun time. Drew and I try to be fun, but you never know.
I'm looking forward to it.
I do have a fun fact about you that I just learned. Pete has been to almost every Buc-ee's on the East Coast, and I'm very jealous. I want to go to Buc-ee's so bad, but my family doesn't want to drive anywhere. I'm honestly
Buc-ee's is an amazing experience.
I'm almost thinking of driving just to go to one.
So I have to say, there's a Buc-ee's not far from. It's actually between Denver and Fort Collins, where my son goes to school, and we stopped once, my wife and I, and we walked in. We got about 40 feet into the place and were completely overwhelmed and left. Never been back. It's a sensory overload.
It is.
It sounds amazing. Well, all fun aside, there's a lot going on here with the political cycle in 2026 in Ocean City. We have a mayor election, and then we have, I believe it's 3 city council seats are up as well too. Those are the at-large seats. That's one of the seats that you currently hold. And this year, though, you decided not to go back for at-large seat. You decided to jump in for mayor. And one of the questions that I've been getting around town talking to my friends was, why is Pete running? What's going on? Pete's been in city council for a long time. He's got a great working relationship with the administration and everything. Why now? Why run? Let's get that big elephant out of the room right away. Pete, what prompted you to throw your hat into the ring for the mayor race this year?
Well, like you said, Dom, I've been on city council for 12 years. 7 of those 12, I've served as president, and I've worked very well with the administration. And Jay Gilling's administration has done a phenomenal job over his 16 years there. Just looking into the future, listening to the town, I thought now's the time. I've got a good handle on the government process, and I believe that the town's looking for a change. And that change is hopefully me.
Very true. Very true. So, outside of just your government experience, what other experiences do you bring to the table as far as like running a whole city?
Well, I'm one of 4 owners at the Gold Coast Sotheby's real estate office. I've worked in real estate for 21 years in many different capacities, and now I'm the broker, owner, and manager of the office here. I'm also on the president of the Board of Realtors that covers about 600 active agents throughout the island. I'm the president of the Education Foundation, so I'm still involved with the school and helping raise money for all the different programs that they have. On the Plan Giving Development Board at the hospital, the board of directors for the Chamber of Commerce, and I probably left off a few things that I'm involved in. So from a town standpoint, I run into a whole lot of different groups, people, and it's kind of helped give me the understanding of what the city looks for, what they want, and hopefully we can deliver to the population.
So Pete, can I ask you a question? And it's the hot topic, right? A big,
hot.
You've said that leaving the Wonderland property vacant hurts the boardwalk. As mayor, what would you do to move that situation forward?
Man, we're going right.
And
We are throwing Pete to the fire. This is not a fun time, all of us.
Well,
No, it's the reality of what we're dealing
you
with here in
forgot to ask a
town.
question.
Yeah, I'm glad to have it, and we'll rip the Band-Aid right off and get right into the hot button issues. So Wonderland is a key property on the boardwalk, and we've had a heck of a time with everybody's ideas of what should be there, shouldn't be there. But in the end, there's an individual who owns the property who has an idea of what he wants to do. Now, our job, to me, is to try and work with what's best for the city while still maintaining action and doing something. If that property sits vacant, kind of starts to erode the boardwalk north to south, and people stop coming down to the north end of the boardwalk. Some of the stores may lose tenants on that end of the boardwalk, and the beach and the boardwalk are our backbone of Ocean City. So I believe that we need to take action very soon. We need to be clear, and we need somebody who's in a position to lead the city and be able to negotiate with a property owner. And day in and day out, I negotiate real estate. So I think I'm pretty well suited to do it.
You mentioned the beaches and the boardwalk are kind of being the lifeblood of our economy here. We had a pretty detrimental, late summer, fall and winter. Our beaches took a pretty big hit. How do you see making sure, what's your plan to help make sure that our beaches are ready, our boardwalks are ready, and our bays are ready for people to come and enjoy, and for us locals to enjoy? Because that's why we live here, because we love those things.
Absolutely. Everybody does. And it really comes down to clear, consistent communication with the county, state, and federal government so that we're getting as much grant funding as we can to be able to make sure that we have consistent sand pumped into the beach. And I think, as mayor, my responsibility is to help coordinate that and to help make sure we're talking with the right people to get the things we need here in town that keeps our town strong.
Definitely. You talked about getting grant funding and stuff. One of the things that is very important to people here is, our tax rate. Ocean City is, one of the best in New Jersey, as far as it comes to what you get for services and what you actually pay for in taxes. As mayor, how do you approach spending, with all these things that the city needs to maintain its image?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tough balance. So I think that you have to have a clear, long range capital plan of what you're looking to do. We have to figure out how to find that money without burdening the taxpayer. Being fiscally responsible is one of the most important things you can do in government to make sure that we're not raising taxes really for no reason. So we try to keep a minimal tax increase, work with grants, work with the revenue from the city. Ocean City's got a very good balanced development right now, where we have a lot of properties that come down that are assessed at 500,000, and a new house goes up that's maybe 1, 2, or 3 units, and it goes up, and you have now $3 million of assessed value. They just had a natural tax increase without burdening the existing taxpayers with higher taxes. So we need to keep balanced development. We need to plan and prepare for capital. And then we need to always find more revenue sources of how to generate more revenue. You talk about little things like the football field at 6th Street, having the battle at the beach. It's a 3-day event that people come down, that we rent the field. They come down and utilize the services that the city has, and we're able to really have events like that to bolster what we do with the local economy. You talk about the boardwalk, which we just talked about. We're looking at maybe having drone shows once a week in the summertime, and that'll be over by the football field and the volleyball beach there. That shows there, brings people down to the north end of the boardwalk. The city's going to continue to work to do that, but my responsibility as mayor, I believe, is to coordinate all this, talk to the boardwalk merchants group, and have a great relationship with them to understand what they want to do, how they want to do it, because this is their business and this is their livelihood up on the boardwalk. Work with the city on the city's end, community service. How are we going to have events? What events are we going to have that are going to be complementary to what the boardwalk is looking to do, so that now we can have people coming down to town that really can enjoy everything we have.
So, as an extension to that, you know, I get that Ocean City is a seasonal tourism mecca, right? But as mayor, as a resident, right, year-round resident, as mayor, is there anything you think you can do to support small businesses year-round?
Absolutely. And those are the programs right now. The Chamber of Commerce does a great job of getting the word out of what events are here. We work with the businesses on Asbury, work with the businesses on the boardwalk and all throughout town to make sure that people are aware of the events we're having and the things we're trying to do. And I think that helps folks come down year round. But a lot of it ties around the community service department, the events that they coordinate. So I'm a big believer in kind of first who, then what. So you have the right people on the bus. And, I believe I'm one of those people to be on the bus. Then you get those right people, the who people, and now we can really deliver the what and what people want. So it's working with all the different groups and the city administration so we can deliver a good product to the people.
It sounds like your overall message is kind of the opposite of what's going on in town right now. There's a lot of division. There's a lot of this group doing this and this group doing that. And, oh, hey, here's my idea for what you should do. And here's my idea for what you should do. Can you kind of speak to that as to the way you see your leadership style as mayor?
Yeah. When you look at ideas are 10% inspiration, 90% perspiration. So my job is that 90%, the perspiration, to coordinate these people. You have different groups with great ideas. So now it's getting the right people to get those ideas and see what we can do, how we can do them. But it's really comes down to communicating. And part of the reason why we have some break offs is there's not clear communication. You wouldn't break off and do something on your own if you clearly understood what was being done. So I want to make sure that I communicate with the city council, the administration, the people, and really listen what the people want and do our best to deliver.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, that something that cohesiveness, I think, is something that we've lost here recently. And if you're able to facilitate and bring people together, that's a big factor when you're trying to move things forward. That's for sure.
That's one of the top goals. It's not really sexy and flashy, but it's what gets things done.
Very true. Very true.
We could take that to the national level, right?
Yeah, right.
For sure.
Anywhere. No, so you mentioned that you were city council president for seven years of the 12 years you've been on council. Talk to a little about that experience and what it was like to kind of lead the council and how having that experience will help you as mayor.
I'm super grateful that the council had the appreciation for what I do and voted me in as president all those times. And then in that, to me, I'm applying for a job, and whether it's city council or whether it's mayor, I try to do the job to the best of my ability. And in city council president, I look at it as you run the meeting, but then my job is also to communicate again with the other 6 council people to make sure that we are on the same page going into the meeting, what people want, and we're able to, again, deliver results. So I look at this as, the voting population of Ocean City, they're the hiring manager. I'm applying for a job. I'm not looking to wear my city council jacket around town or my mayor jacket around town. I'm just looking to get in, do the job, do it well so that our town thrives.
Awesome. Drew, any other questions here? I mean, we held his feet to the fire and,
a couple tough questions here. Personal questions. Where'd you go to high school, Pete?
LaSalle High School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
And college?
St. Joseph's University up in Philly.
SJU. And
I'll never die.
You rode there, correct? You're on the crew team?
Yeah. I did crew at LaSalle High School and at St. Joe's College. So I went to St. Joe's to row.
Crescent Boathouse at LaSalle?
Yes. Well, Crescent Boathouse was at St. Joe's. LaSalle, we were at the Canoe Club.
Oh, okay. That changed from when I was there. I was at Crescent.
You were a little bit ahead of me. True.
Little bit. How about siblings? What's your family consist of?
I'm the oldest of 5. I have a twin brother, Tom. I have a sister, Katie. I have another sister, Megan, and I have another brother, Matthew, who unfortunately passed a few years back.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know you were one of 5.
Yeah, I'm one of 5, the oldest of 5 by 5 minutes.
My final question. So
Yes.
you have 2 hours of free time in Ocean City. A good friend from college comes to visit for the first time. How are you spending that 2 hours?
So that 2 hours, I think we're going for sure up to the boardwalk and to the beach. Then we're getting back to the boardwalk, maybe have a slice of manco pizza. Maybe stop at Kessel's Corner to get some ice cream. We'll go around town. I'll show them all the good spots in town.
Very good. Very good.
That was a quick 2 hours.
That's such a hard question to answer too, if you ask me, because there is a lot to do, and it's like, well, I only got 2 hours, like, geez. But
Ocean City's got so much, which is cool, and so many good places to eat, to hang out. The beach, that boardwalk, Asbury Avenue. I mean, it's Ocean City's a cool town. I sell it every day.
Pete, is there any, before we wrap it up here, is there any one thing you want to say to the people of Ocean City and the voters here in town, and those that come to visit too, because we all enjoy this town, and everybody, the connections run worldwide to Ocean City. So what do you want the people to know?
I appreciate it. I go back to the old saying, you got to do things or you get to do things. I think we're very fortunate here that we get to live in Ocean City, and I get to be part of the government and the process here in town. And I'm looking forward to the opportunity again to hopefully and successfully earn the job of mayor. It's a job that I intend to do well, and I really enjoy doing it, and I get to do it. So looking forward to the opportunity. I'm very grateful for it, and hopefully it all works out.
Awesome. Well, Pete, we really appreciate your time today. Thanks for joining us here on the podcast. I'm sure we'll be hearing from you again soon as the election gets closer. So May 12th, Tuesday, May 12th is when people can get out and vote, correct?
Yes, it is. If they need a mail-in ballot ahead of time, just let me know. But Tuesday, May 12th is the actual election.
Awesome. Well, we wish you the best of luck. And again, thanks for taking the time to be here with us. This has been the OCNJ Local, your podcast for everything happening here in America's greatest family resort. Hold on one.